What's up, guys? It's your boy Naveed Central back with another mukbang. And today, yes, I'm not only alone, but I'm also doing a KFC mukbang because a lot of you lot have been asking me about doing this one. And what I've got here is I've got the Mighty Bucket for one, which has two pieces of chicken, two mini fillets, two hot wings, fries, and also I've got my own beans from home, right? That's why there's such a massive portion. And just want to see that chicken. Want to see that chicken? Unfortunately, they never gave us a leg piece. I love leg pieces, And obviously a KFC cookie. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? They never gave me in the box. Obviously, I ordered it off Uber Eats, but they never gave me in the box, man. Like, I wanted it in the box. You know what I'm saying, but it's cool, guys. I'm just gonna have a quick bite right now because I'm starving. But I just want to see that chicken and see that you get me. And in fact, you can see me dip that in there, G. Dip that in there. You get me down. Boom. Yo. Mmm. 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 Just to let you know, I just messed up on it. Just to let you know, yeah, it's halal KFC, right? This one's the one in Perry Bar. And obviously, I know sometimes people say this, and that's what I thought, you know what? Let me say it loudly today, right? I usually say it quietly and inside, but Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, right? Mmm. Mmm. Right. And I'm all over the place today, but you know what it is, guys. I'm starving, and literally, I didn't know what to do. I was thinking about doing mukbang, but then I was like, what food should I do? I'm just putting all the beans there, guys, rago, you know what I'm saying? But not all of them, but still. Yeah, I was like, what video should I do, man? Like, what way should I go do it from? I remember a lot of people have been saying KFC, so I was like, yo, let's do it. Well, wow. So hopefully you're well. Happy New Year! It is New Year right now. We are in lockdown, unfortunately, but it's all about staying positive. And as I always say, use this time valuably to learn new skills and stuff. But, you know, today's mukbang is going to be about is mental health and depression. Because I've noticed a lot of you guys, right, suffer or have been in the past, since last year as well, right? Because of this pandemic, suffering from mental health. And I think that, especially someone who's suffered from it myself, it's only right that I do a video on this, because I have done a video on this before. If you go through my list, you'll see I did a video called How to Get Out of Depression, but that weren't a mukbang. That was just me standing in the park talking. But then I had less followers, so obviously, you know, there's probably a lot more people watching right now. So, yeah. So I was going to say to you guys that, what is depression in my opinion, right? Depression, I believe, is a result of, well, most of the time, not all the time, most of the time, it's a result of feeling a lack of things, right? So feeling like you haven't got something or losing something. Now, that could be anything in life. Sometimes people might see people on social media, for example, and think, okay, hold up, they've got this nice lifestyle and I haven't got that. Or sometimes they might be in a relationship and the relationship breaks up, so they're depressed, or they might like someone, they might not get that person, or obviously someone could die in their family or their friends, and they're depressed, right? And I think that, you know, or it could just be sometimes you just feel depressed because you don't know why you feel depressed. You just feel stressed out because of life, but usually it's because of the lack of something. Either you lost something, which you had, or you haven't got it. And this is why I'm going to speak about this, because as I said in another video, right, you know, I've had many times in my life where I felt sort of depressed, you know what I'm saying? But a major time was when I was 17 and I was living in a hostel, right? I kicked out my house for a few months. And life was hard, you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember, you know, I know it sounds crazy, but being on the verge of suicide, you know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, I was like, yo, what am I going to do with my life? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going to happen? I'm never going to get back home, blah, blah, blah. Fortunately, I was allowed back in, but you know, I also use that time to revise for exams and stuff. But this is what I'm going to speak about, and how I was able to get out of it. Might work for you, or it might not work for you, but I reckon it will, right? So, you know, when I was going through a tough stage in my life, I used to listen to like motivational speeches and stuff, right? Um, I started learning from like Les Brown or Eric Thomas. I've mentioned these guys before, but I started learning that, you know, number one, gratitude is key. Gratitude, being grateful, right, is key because remember what I said to you? A lot of times you're depressed because of the feeling of lack of things, right? That you may have already had or you haven't had in life, whether it be a person or a thing. And you've got to realize that you actually have got a lot of things, especially if you're watching this video right now, right? If you're in a position where you're watching this video, you are actually very lucky. Why? Because there's poor kids in like Syria or Palestine or Africa, or even Pakistan, for example, who haven't got anything. They haven't got access like to even watch this video. You know what I'm saying? Like they've got nothing. Like they literally live in probably like some probably live in cardboard boxes. It's true. Some don't even have a house. We're eating this blessed food right now. I'm eating this blessed food. You're probably eating nice food at home, right? You might not have had your favorite meal today, but it might have still been a meal. You know what I'm saying? It's like a proper nice meal. You know what I'm saying? And these are things that you have to cherish. Like, I've realized that, you know, when you wake up in the morning, you've got to count your blessings. And you got to really start to think about, what am I grateful for that I've got? Or what is there to be grateful about? And even right now, do it. Like, think about it. Think about it. Look, I know obviously there might be some of you watching with disabilities and stuff as well. And these are things, like, look, you know, you don't realize that there's people who can't see, people who can't hear, people who ain't got hands, they've lost limbs, legs, you know what I'm saying? They've lost a lot of things in their life, or they've been born without them, you know what I'm saying? And if you have, even if you have a disability, look at the things that you have got that other people haven't got, does that make sense? And, you know, you've got to really start to analyze life in the sense that you've got a lot of things that most people haven't got around the world. When I say most people around the world, I don't mean most people around the world on social media, right? You know, that's where we go wrong. Because if you're watching this video, and if you're watching this video, you're gonna dip in it, you're gonna dip in that fillet in there, you get me on? I love beans, man. Don't really eat them too much, but when I'm not dieting, obviously. Did a quick dose of protein in it. But basically, I was saying, you gotta really focus on gratitude. Focus on what have you got that a lot of people haven't got around the world. And if you're living in a country where you can watch a video, and you got a mobile phone or a laptop, you are one of the richest people in the world, and you might not realize it. See, the problem is, living in the UK or America or wherever you are around the world, but if you're in a situation where you've got access to technology, you don't realize how rich you are. Like, because you're always looking at, on social media, for example, you're looking at people with sick cars or designer clothes and blah, 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 but you're not realizing that you are actually one of the richest people in the world. It's them examples I was giving to you in terms of the poor people around the world. Some people have traveled miles, you know, like in Ethiopia, they travel miles, you know, like to go get food. You know what I'm saying? And not even food, water. They might not even get food for the day. Just water, you know what I'm saying? And we're out here complaining about, oh, I ain't got this phone, or I like this guy or girl and they don't like me. And what problems are you really complaining about? When you start to focus on gratitude and you start to realize what you've got and you become grateful for it, you'll feel a lot more positive in life. See, a lot of people say stay positive, but I understand it's difficult to just stay positive. But if you start to look at the things that you have got, like it happens to me sometimes I feel down, but whenever I feel down, I look at shit. No, hold on one second. I remember gratitude. Automatically now my brain will go to gratitude and be thinking, hold up, you know what? Actually, life's not that bad. I've got a lot of things. I've got this, I've got that, you know, For example, if I was gratitude right now, I'd be like, look, you know, martial, I've got a channel growing. I'm able to eat nice food. I'm able to wear nice clothes. I've got friends, I've got family, I've got my limbs intact. You know what I'm saying? I've got hands, feet, eyes, mouth. I can see, I can smell. You know what I'm saying? Martial, and you know, I'm in good health. Alhamdulillah. Like, these are the kind of things you have to be grateful for. So I'm not going to dwell too much on gratitude. I'm just going to move on to the next thing. But gratitude is key. Now, the hot wings, you get me done. I'll take a bite on the mic just so. Yeah, here you go. The crispiness, you get me now. I love the wings, though. But I reckon the wings have the most amount of coating on them, innit? I know this, got it. And the most amount of like that crunchy coating. The crispy coating. But anyways, let's move on to the second point, right? Having something to focus on. Okay? So I mentioned gratitude, but now I'm speaking about something different. Right? So gratitude is something you should be doing every morning and every evening. Right? Waking up in the morning straight away, before you do anything, first few minutes, and that sounds crazy, but you gotta do it. Don't go on your phone or anything, right? First few minutes, gratitude. I want you to do that for the next 30 days. And you have to do it every day for the next 30 days. Every single day, I want you to wake up in the morning. Now, if you mess up, you have to do it again. 30 days starts from there again, whenever you mess up, right? And I want you to make it a habit, lifelong habit, really. But the I want you to start from is every morning you wake up, count your blessings and count what you're grateful for and what you have got. Don't look at what you haven't got. Look at what you have got. And think to yourself, okay, what have I got that a lot of people haven't got? I'm going to say a lot of people, I don't just mean in a first world country. I mean, as I said, in third world developing countries, then they got nothing, right? Second thing I was speaking about was focusing on something, right? Not just focusing on yourself, basically, but focusing on a skill. What do I mean by this? So from now, I want you to focus on a skill or a talent, something, whether it be something that you're good at already, or whether it's something you want to learn, right? So let me give an example. Like, just say now you're in lockdown, even if you're not in lockdown, you're in a position where you've got an hour spare a day, which you always have an hour spare, right? If you're watching movies, stop watching the movies unless you're planning to become an actor. Does that make sense, right? Basically, I want you to start. Start working on a talent. So a perfect example would be, let's say you wanted to learn how to, let's say, I don't think anything neutral. I don't just want to say boxing because, something that a lot of people could learn, right? Let's say you wanted to personally develop. So you wanted to develop as a person, so you wanted to become a better person, like of influence or whatever. So there's loads of books and stuff out there which will teach you how to be a better leader or be a better person of influence, right? So you'd do some research on Google, be like, okay, blah, blah, blah. Is there any books? If you can't afford the books, then just start doing research anyway. There's always free stuff. Or start watching videos. But start focusing on this, right? And then every day, you start becoming a better person. For example, just say you need to become a better listener. Start learning how to become a better listener. Start studying how to become a better listener. It sounds crazy, but the truth, let's say it's how to be more humble. Let's say it's how to be a better person. How to be a kinder person, for example. You've always got chances to grow in life. Once you stop growing, that's when your life is messed up. That's when you probably will be depressed. But, I gave the example of being a better leader, being a better person of influence. But I can understand that a lot of you probably are not at a stage in life where you realize how important it is to become a better person on a daily basis. So another example I might give you is, let's say, obviously, okay, I don't know if you dances. Let's say you want to be a better dancer, for example, right? Why not start learning more dance moves? right? In whichever genre you wanted, whether it's Asian dancing, whether it's salsa, whether it's, you know, hip hop, whatever it is, you start to learn how to do it. And you've got tons of YouTube videos out there which teach you. So take an hour or two out your day to really start to learn these skills, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, if you're stressed out, if you're depressed, you're in a situation where you're just thinking about that. But if you have something to focus on, that'll help with your life. Because you'll become more confident. Literally, you'll be in a position where you're more confident about yourself. And then you're going to be like, oh, you're not even going to remember that your stresses anymore. Because your main focus now is focusing on the skill. Even boxing, for example, same thing. You could shadow box, for example. You could learn new combinations, boxing combinations. Whatever it is you want to learn, anything. How to be an artist, learn art. But learn new skills, you know what I'm saying? Like, be like, okay, hold up. So now, for every day, 1 hour at least, right? You want to develop a skill? You're going to be a doctor, going to be a lawyer, and you're at school or college or whatever. Study your course. Does that make sense? But try and become better. And that's when you'll start to become more grateful. Not only grateful, but also happier. Like, yeah, man, I got this skill, I'm learning, I'm becoming better, I can see myself become better. You won't become good straight away or better straight away, but it will take a bit of time. But, you know, because you're focusing on it, remember, you can never learn something fully. Does that make sense? Like, even, like, so like Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson in terms of boxing, right? I was a boxing fan, that's why I took about it. But, like, they never ever mastered boxing fully. You know what I'm saying? You can never master something fully. Like, people say, oh, practice makes perfect. No, practice don't make perfect. Practice just means improvement. And you've always got room for improvement. Does that make sense? So you're always going to keep improving and improving. But that's going to give you a good feeling, because you could have a lifelong goal. Like, you know, even just studying like religion like Islam. You've done your whole life. You can't know everything. You know what I mean? So that's why it'll keep you going throughout life. That's why, like, you know, you get these people and they make so much money, and, like, you know, obviously I've got big goals and I've got big dreams, and mashallah, inshallah, I do want to make loads of money, but thing is, I always tell myself, it's not just about the money. Because look, when you get a lot of money, what's going to happen then? When you've got the money and you're able to buy everything, you're going to be depressed then. Because you're going to be like, I got nothing else to do now. That makes sense. So because you got nothing else to do, you get bored. And that could also lead to depression because you got nothing to do. Alright, you could have all the cars, you could have the house. I've drove the car 10 times now, 100 times. I'm bored of the house. You know, everything. So now, like, that's how you'd be in it. Like, so, but if you had something which was like a lifelong thing that you wanted to learn, right? And it was something, you know what? You'll never get bored. You'll never get bored, and you won't get stressed, because you always know you need to learn more. And like this Islam example I gave, like, literally, that's a beautiful example, because learning something like Islam, as I said, you'll never ever know everything. So you could spend your whole life studying, but it's something that'll keep you going. And ultimately, it's making you a better person, so it's sick. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, if you're not Muslim, and I know there's a lot of people who aren't Muslim who watch my videos as well, you know, Islam is the religion I follow, and obviously, okay, dun dun dun. Now I don't know if that was my hair, but whoever's hair that was, but yeah, but my hair isn't long. Ah! Okay. Forget it. I don't care. You know what it is? You can't waste food in it. And that's Islam as well. That's my religion as well, Islam. Don't waste food. Why? Gratitude. And now all I say like this, yo, you know, if you were poor, you wouldn't mind if there's a bit of hair in your food or something, right? Like, I know it's a bit messed up, but the same time, sometimes you just, it's okay, it's day, it's done, and what can you do? But at the same time, bro, imagine you're poor, bro. Like, well, good example I gave you guys. Focus on skill. Right, focus on something, right? Now, thirdly, right, is one you hear a lot, and it to stay positive. And I've given you the examples of what things will keep you going and what things help you stay positive. But now, having a positive mindset is key. Because when you have a positive mindset, you know what? You're always going to be thinking, I got to think positive. I got to think positive. And you'll see the positive in every situation. Like, don't dwell on shit. Like, I'll give you an example. I've learned now, imagine I have my phone, it breaks, or I'll do something, right? When I was younger, I'd be proper stressed out. Like, oh man, I'm going to do the whole day. I'm thinking about it. Like, I'll give you an example. Sometimes I've even recorded mukbangs. Obviously, you haven't seen them because I recorded them. The sound hasn't been recorded. Or mainly the sound's not really been recorded. That's happened a lot of times, right? Or it wasn't even on record. And then I'm like, shit. But for 2 seconds, I'm like, shit. And I'm like, you know what? Forget it. It's cool. It's done. It's done. Right? When I was younger, I'd be stressing about that. I'm like, oh my God. I personally can think like this, and oh my God, what am I going to do? Look, I spent money on food and did a video. I spent some time on the video. I had a good conversation, and now it's not recorded. What am I going to do? Or you could be like, you know what? It's done. And it's not meant to be. That's the thing, it's not meant to be. It's not going to happen. Okay, cool, I'll do it again. And that's how you got to think. That's what you got to think in life. No matter what you do, like, the example I gave, man, you like someone, right? You're a human, and I don't know, you might like someone, right? And you might not be able to get them, or you might lose them, or something. Now, you could either be dwelling and thinking, oh no, what I'm gonna do? Oh, you're like, done. It's not meant to be. Now, nice, easier said than done, but you have to train yourself in it. You have to train your mind slowly but surely to get to that level where you don't care no more, really. Does that make sense? Like, you're like, fuck it, okay? It's happened. But slowly but surely, like, you've got there, like, micro neural sensors, like, in your brain, right? The word neuro relates to the brain. I was like, as far as I'm aware anyway, I'm saying? I'm not no scientist, but basically, like, you've got a neurological, like, sensors, like little sensors in your brain, and what you do is, you build yourself, like, to become a stronger person, and that's how life teaches you. People say, oh, what doesn't kill you, what makes you stronger? That's why they say that, because it's true. Like, back to the boxing or the martial arts example, right? Sometimes you'll see a boxer in the ring getting a really hard punch in the face, and they recover from that punch, right? Or like Ryan Garcia had a fight. I'm a big fan of Ryan Garcia, by the way. He fought with Luke Campbell. He got dropped, but he got back up straight away like it was nothing, and he won the fight. Now, how did that happen? Because of, not only because he's a strong guy, but also because of the neurosensors that he's taught himself throughout his life. He's had many fights in the ring. He's had over 200 amateur fights. I'm saying, like, so many fights where he has been hit. There might have been times when he's been nearly knocked out, but his brain has got to a point where it's like, it's cool. And what? I'm saying, like, let's get back to it. And that's how you got to be in life. That's a perfect example. The way you got back up, nothing, won the fight nicely, right? Never even struggled. And that's how you got to be. Like, life's going to hit you. Life's going to hit you sometimes so hard, but you know what you got to do? It's done. It's cool. Can't do anything. You lose something, it's done. You lose someone, it's done. You break something, hey, it's happened now. Can't do anything. You can try and fix it, But don't start stressing and go on a mad one. You know what I'm saying? Like, even with like people, for example, you know what I'm saying? Like with your friends or your family members, like you know, someone might spill a drink on a table. You might be like, why did you do that for? It's done, man. It's done. Stop being so. You see, you stress yourself out. You're raising your own blood pressure and yourself by stressing. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be smart, man. When you stress or you try and be, you probably think you're the cool one, trying to tell people off for what they're doing. But no, you're actually doing yourself over because you're giving yourself a high blood pressure. You're telling your brain I'm stressed out. You know what I'm saying? Which is not good. Just tell yourself that, you know, it's cool. Stay positive at all times, guys. Stay positive. And it's key, you know what I'm saying? Because when you stay positive, life just becomes better and, you know, shit happens. And you guys, you know, what else do I want to say to you? So, the next thing, and step 4, so we've said gratitude, right? And gratitude is a good one. I said focusing on a skill, which is basically focusing on yourself as well, and staying positive. Them 3 are major keys to getting out of and staying out of depression, right? Another one is having people to talk to, right? So, sometimes you have to drop your ego and you need to really think and sit down and analyze, like, hold up, I need to tell someone about my problem. And we all have friends. We all have that one friend. Whether you think they're as close to you or not, but you will have that 1 or 2 people that you can talk to. And if you can't think, really start to think your whole of who you're going to talk to, right? If you ain't got no one to talk to me, tell me, you're stressed out. I'll talk to you. Straight up, you know, you got my Instagram, Naveed Central 1. You got my Snapchat, Naveed Central. Message me, you know what I'm saying? And if you're stressed out, as long as I see the message, which I should do, inshallah, you know, just, I'll respond to you, innit? Let me know. But you need people to talk to, man. Like, sometimes it's better, you feel better because you might not be able to see a solution. But that person might have had more problems than you in life. Or they could have had a similar problem. And then they'll tell you, hey, yo, I had that situation. This happened to me. Bam. People ain't going to judge you. You think they're going to judge you this and that. It depends on the person as well, innit? If they're not that close to you, or, you know, they're not like a person like me who genuinely cares about you, right? Because if I didn't care about you, I wouldn't be making videos like this, right? You know, then it's different. But you always need someone to talk to, man. Like, have people around you they can talk to and about your problems. If you have problems, don't just keep it yourself, because that can lead to suicidal thoughts. And as I said, I've been on the verge of suicide when I was younger, but I didn't obviously emotionally ever do that, because obviously being Muslim, we know we're not allowed to do that. So, you know, I think that's a benefit of Islam as well, you know what I'm saying? That, you know, like, I know there's people out there who do crazy stuff, astaghfirullah, and they go against Islam and they say they're doing, you know, they might commit attacks and say it in the name of Islam, but that's not true, because I give you the perfect answer to that one. I always tell people, listen, ask me about it. Non-Muslims, then they say, hey, what about these people who are terrorists and they kill themselves? I go, listen, no. I said, do you know who the perfect Muslim was? They go, who? I go, there's only one perfect Muslim ever to walk on this earth. Who's that? I go, Muhammad, peace be upon him, right? And they go, we didn't know that. I go, yeah, he was the perfect Muslim, right? And the thing about Muhammad, peace be upon him, was that, you know, he said to go to heaven, you got to follow his ways. Muhammad sallallahu peace be upon him, you got to always say peace upon him, right? Stated that to go to heaven, you got to follow Muhammad, peace upon his ways. And he never committed suicide. He died from slow food poisoning from a Jewish woman who tried to kill him. Does that make sense? So, Muhammad sallallahu yeah. So, you know, if the perfect Muslim did not commit suicide, right? How is the next one going to say, oh, I'm going to heaven because you said I'm going to commit suicide? No, he didn't. You're not going to heaven for doing that kind of stuff, right? You know, in Islam, there's many verses which speak about if you take your own life, you're not going to heaven, you're going to hell. Simple. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, there might have been times that people are told to fight, but that was, if you go through the Quran, you'll realize that there were certain times when they were in a battlefield and there was a fight, a war going on, and they were given verses, but there are also verses where it says, hey, you know, like, for example, Surah Al-Rum, where it says the Romans have now been defeated, don't say anything, you know, their hearts, eyes, and ears have been sealed. So stuff like this, man, like, you know, only the dumb thick people get brainwashed into, committing any attacks or doing suicide and stuff, and they're stupid. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing I learn when it comes to Islam. If you're not Muslim, especially, and you've thought about Islam, but you're thinking, oh nah, but they do this, because I know that the media has a negative connotation of Islam. You've got to realize that, that's not the case, man. And when you really look into Islam, you realize that's why a lot of people converted to Islam, believe it or not, after the 9/11 attacks, because they tried researching Islam to research how bad it was. There's the cookie, right? But then they started to realize, hold up, it's actually a really beautiful religion. Good. So, make sure, I said, you have people to talk to, right? And correlated to that was, don't ever try and commit suicide, right? And it's actually interesting because a girl who went to uni with me actually committed suicide a few weeks ago. I got a call from a friend of mine, Alicia. She told me, and I was like, huh? I heard this. She had a very good job. She studied law with me, by the way, yeah? She had a very good job. She had her own flat, but had also bought her own house. So she had her own house and flat, 2 properties, nice car. She had money. Committed suicide. And what happened was, she was down with friends. Couldn't stay at her friends. Doing like girls at sleepovers. And her friend went to put the rubbish outside. This girl went upstairs and hung herself. Right? And, it's a shame. And I was speaking to Alicia and he was speaking about it, and she was like, but she had everything. But she did used to say she's going through anxiety and depression, mainly because of the pandemic, because she was working at home though. And she felt like, but see, I didn't know about it. If I knew about it, I would have told her to look into Islam. Honestly, I would have not only given these tips about everything I've just said, but I would have mainly said, look into Islam. Because Islam helps, When you come to Islam, you won't commit suicide. Because you know God's watching. And that's a lesson I'm trying to give you guys. But, I love doing these mukbangs. Honestly, guys, I love doing them, when I'm alone with you and I'm talking to you as well, actually something different. Well, I put a video up the other day, I posted on my Snapchat and Instagram, where I said that, I know some of you haven't got Instagram or Snapchat, so I said on there, what do you prefer? My food reviews on mukbangs, but to be honest with you, I got a lot of feedback. A lot of people say they love the mukbangs, and some people say they want food reviews, and some people said do both. So let me know what you think, just carry on doing both or what. And obviously the interviews, there's a lot more coming as well, inshallah as well. Stay tuned for the guests that we have. And the guests are bringing my shows. I bring them on for you guys, for you, to inspire you. Because when I'm talking to them, I'm learning as well, When I'm talking to them, I'm learning from them about their successes, but also so you can learn. You'll be watching thinking, you might be a fan of theirs, or you might not even know them. When you learn about them and you learn about their story to success. Does that make sense? That's what mukbangs are about. They're about inspiring. I know everyone does mukbangs in their own way. A lot of people, some people don't. Most people ain't gonna do a mukbang like this. The way I do it, inspirational, trying to motivate you. But I think what's the point in just talking shit? Makes sense? Life's about adding value to each other's lives. We should all add value. If I'm sitting and eating, I'm just gonna talk about the food, right? The food in the food reviews, it was just about the food, innit? With the mukbangs, I want it to be talking to you. I want to give you some value. Put it in the comment section as well if you want to hear about anything, you want to learn about anything. So whenever I do a mukbang alone, I could speak about that topic. That's a good one, actually, I think, yeah. So write down in your comments. And guys, please, if you've got to this level of this stage of the video, that means you do support me. Well, not all of you will support me, obviously, I understand that. Sometimes your haters will watch you just to see you slipping up. But what I mean is, and if you're a hater, dun dun dun, you know what? I'm the kind of guy that you could be a hater, but you'll turn into someone who loves me as time goes on. I can assure you of that, inshallah. But the main thing what I'm trying to say to you guys is that, look, to get out of depression, you really need to focus on a few things. And I've given you the examples I've given you, but as I said, to get out of depression, these are the major keys. Gratitude, be grateful for what you've got. Secondly, focus on yourself and the skill. Learn something or build on something you've already been learning or have learned, right? Third, stay positive. Stay positive, you know what I'm saying? And fourthly, have people that you can speak to. And if you haven't got anyone at all you can speak to me. Does that make sense? And correlated to that also is, don't let it go so far as to commit suicide. That's the last thing you want to do, you know what I'm saying? And this was a very serious mukbang, you know what I'm saying? Like, the food was nice. I'm not gonna lie, like it was nice, but there's been times that I've had better KFC food, does that make sense? So today, maybe should have thrown in a leg, you know what I'm saying? It was still fire, but as you can tell, I enjoyed it. But you know what I'm saying? And this is what I'm talking about, guys. This is what I'm talking about. Stay positive. Don't be depressed. And obviously, I understand it's hard not to be depressed, but if you are suffering from depression, just, follow the steps I've given you. And I can assure you they'll help you. And focus, gratitude, man. Be grateful. Look at what you have got, not what you haven't got. Trust me. Like right now after this video as well, do it. Guys, make sure you comment on my videos. Make sure you comment on my videos, man. I want to see you comment. This video, I want to see at least 100 likes in this video, At least 100 likes in this video. And let's say, okay, if you've got to this stage, let's say I want to see you give me around about at least 100 likes and 50 comments. That's not that much, really, is it? You know what I'm saying? Well, that would be wicked. And then on the other videos, we're going to grow and grow and grow with the likes and comments. That's what I'm going to ask you for. But let's see in it how many of you're watching right now. I guarantee, it's not going to be hard for you to give 100 likes and 50 comments. You know what I'm saying? And that'd mean a lot to me. Because it shows me you care and you're watching. And one day I can assure you, like, guys, I'm going to do like a massive like party or a giveaway or something, like for those who supported me since day one, you know what I'm saying? Like, who supported me at these times when I hadn't fully blowed. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if you are, if you want to be that person, don't message me later, then saying, oh, hey, yeah, I was supporting you. I used to watch your videos. No, because if you haven't got a YouTube account, make one. It takes 2 seconds. A Google Mail account is what it is, right? You can easily like my videos. You can easily comment on them, but you're choosing not to. So when you're saying you're supporting me, you know what I'm saying? So you can't, I'm going to need proof to say, yo, hold up, you actually did support me. Then I'm like, yo, come on, you're invited to this or blah, 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 you know what I'm saying? But that's about it. Guys, really appreciate you watching this video. I don't know how long it's been, but at the same time, it's been fun. It's been emotional. It's been great. And yeah, shout out to KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken. And before I go, super quick, oh my god, guess what? I never even told you the story. How could I finish a KFC mukbang without mentioning the story? Hear me out, yeah? This is a bonus feature, right? See, if you stay this long, you get this bonus, right? So, there was a man, right? I don't know the full, in-depth version of the story, but I can tell you as far as I can vaguely remember, you know what I'm saying? So basically, there's a man, right? He was stressed out between 18 to 20, he got married, he tried various ventures, right? You know, he was a cook, he was a cleaner. He tried various different things, various different businesses, opportunities. Guys, he kept failing and failing and failing. You know, we got about 40, he got a divorce, I think, and then as I started getting older, he was, you know what he was doing? And when he was 60-ish, you know, he sat under a tree and he was going to commit suicide, you know what I'm saying? But he started writing a letter to himself, and what he did was, he started to, before he was going to commit suicide, he started to think, okay, hold up, what am I good at? What is there anything that I've left in this world that, you know, that I was good at? And he realized he could cook, right? And one, what could he cook? Chicken. So, at the age of 60-ish, this guy goes around knocking on his neighbors' doors selling fried chicken to his neighbors. Guys, the same man, Colonel Sanders, who was going to commit suicide at the age of 60-ish, ends up becoming a multi-millionaire by 80-ish. I think it's 83, 82. You know what I'm saying? So, that is something to think about. He used the same thing. He focused on what he has got, gratitude. He focused on his skills. He stayed positive. He went out there, probably did speak to someone. Makes sense? So, you've got to really look at your life and what you have got and what you want to learn. If you haven't got any skills, you can learn skills. What is it you want to learn? You've all got passions. You all like something that you'd love to learn. Why can't you learn it? You can learn it. Go do it. Go follow your dreams. Do what you're doing. And you know what I'm going to finish it with? Make sure you like, comment, and share. Naveed Central. Peace and love.